Tashtilik, welcome to Tibet This Week, Tibet TV's weekly news edition featuring His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Tibet and the Central Tibetan Administration. The headlines for this week. His Holiness the Dalai Lama attends offering of long life prayers in Mundgod. His Holiness the Dalai Lama addresses students of Tibet House, New Delhi. Sikyong embarks on official visits to Delhi, Bylakuppe, the United States and Europe. Young Tibetans gather to strengthen Tibet advocacy in South Tyrol. Chinese liaison officer highlights middle way approach policy as best solution to Sino-Tibet conflict. Inter-parliamentary group for Tibet in European Parliament convenes to chart year ahead. And weekly lookout, Year of Compassion. This Wednesday, the Convenes Monastery and Deoguling Tibetan community jointly offered a long life prayer to His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama at 𝒉 in Mundgod, Karnataka, South India. 𝒉 Rinpoche led the Tsidrup preparations for long life prayers. That morning, His Holiness consecrated a new classroom building, Kesang Gatsel, and the statues of 𝒉 and His Holiness that adorn it, as well as a new library at Changze College. The chief monk of Sri Lanka presented a Bodhi tree sapling to be blessed before being planted between the two new buildings. Last Saturday, 237 students of Geshe Dorje Damdui, director of Tibet House in New Delhi, attended an audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. His Holiness the Dalai Lama told the students that the analytical tools found in Buddhist texts, such as 𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕 commentary on valid cognition, are very useful in today's world. His Holiness told them that he finds the instructions given in text on epistemology and logic very useful in shaping his way of thinking, and that the essential purpose of the investigative processes presented in the treatises regarding what is true or false is to bring about peace of mind. More than 100 of the students were Indians, while others came from different countries around the world. Sikyong 𝒃𝒆𝒃𝒔 of the Central Tibetan Administration left Dharamsala this Monday on an official visit to Delhi, Bylakuppe, the United States and Europe. As part of his official engagements, Sikyong will participate in a series of important meetings, including the Geneva Forum, and will engage with key government officials in respective regions. Sikyong 𝒃𝒆𝒃𝒔-led Kashak convened the 3-day 8th Permanent Strategy Committee meeting in Bylakuppe Tibetan settlement in Karnataka, South India today. As per the program, Sikyong is scheduled to return to Dharamshala on the 15th February. After 3 intensive days of training, bringing together approximately 25 young Tibetan activists from 8 countries in South Tyrol to develop concrete advocacy strategies for the Tibet movement in the year 2026, the inaugural Tibetan Youth Empowerment Program concluded last Sunday. The program aimed to equip future Tibetan leaders with essential skills and resources to advocate for Tibet at both grassroots and political levels. The program featured distinguished international legal experts, Tibet supporters, and representatives from the Central Tibetan Administration, including the Additional Secretary of the Department of Information and International Relations, Tenzin Lekshe, Representative Tile Chugi, Tibet Bureau Geneva, who engaged with the youth participants through substantive presentations and discussions on Tibet's current situation and international legal frameworks, the multilateral system's capacity to respond to calls for justice, highlighting the International Court of Justice's role in handling contentious cases between the United Nations member states and international law, and the case of Tibet. His Excellency Arnaud Compascher, President of South Tyrol, paid a special visit at the program. The participants hailed from France, Italy, Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. The program was jointly organized by Tibet Bureau Geneva and the Department of Information and International Relations of the Central Tibetan Administration in collaboration with the URAC Research Center. Last Friday, 𝑻𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕 𝑻𝒉𝒊𝒔 Foundation marked its 20th anniversary with a commemorative gathering in New York. The event reflected on the work of Chinese democratic ideals and discussed China's prospects amid global transformation. 𝒕 𝑻𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕, Chinese liaison officer from the Office of Tibet, Washington, D.C., joined as an invited guest and shared his thoughts on Tibet amid these transformations. The liaison officer reflected on the progressive policies toward Tibet implemented by 𝒊𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕 during the 1980s, then spoke about the current dire situation in Tibet. He emphasized that the middle way approach remains the Central Tibetan administration's core policy for resolving the Sino-Tibet conflict and that China must respond positively. He also encouraged the Chinese friends to visit Dharamshala to better understand Tibet. Zhang Aimi, president of Foundation, and Hu Bing, honorary editor-in-chief of Beijing Spring, moderated the commemorative event. Chinese democratic leaders, scholars, and media commentators gathered to share their perspectives on China's path through the current global transformation. Last week, the Inter-parliamentary group for Tibet in the European Parliament convened under the leadership of its co-chairs to set priorities for the year ahead and discuss key Tibet-related developments. Joining the lawmakers at the meeting was Representative Rinzin Gyengkhang and EU Advocacy Officer Tenzin Phuntsok of the Office of Tibet, Brussels. During the meeting, Representative Rinzin Gyengkhang briefed the members on the Tibetan electoral process and the deteriorating situation of Tibetans in Nepal, underlining the need and importance of continued engagement and the need for sustained monitoring by the European Parliament. The group further discussed and explored concrete avenues to strengthen parliamentary engagement on Tibet. The lawmakers affirmed their continued commitment to supporting Tibet with renewed determination. As part of the Year of Compassion program commemorating the 90th birthday of His Holiness the Great 14th Dalai Lama, Tibetans in different settlements in India this week undertook various compassion in action initiatives. The Sonamling Ladakh Gudun Organizing Committee, with the support of the local community, conducted an animal feed drive in Leh Ladakh this Wednesday. The Tibetan community in Shillong, under the banner of Regional Gudun Organizing Committee, undertook a free winter clothing distribution program for families in need. The committee identified a village located in a far-flung area of East Khasi Hills with approximately 500 households, where residents are largely daily wage earners, and distributed winter clothing, stationery items, and sweets. In Dharamshala, under the initiative of Clean Upper Dharamshala Program Desk, the Tibetan Settlement Office of Dharamshala organized an educational and environmental tour for students of the Tibetan Children's Village School. That is all for this edition of Tibet This Week. For detailed news on His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Tibet, and the Central Tibetan Administration, please visit our websites www.tibet.net, www.𝒊𝒃𝒆𝒕, www.tibet.com, and www.indiatibet.net. Thank you.